big one, man. Loyalty is a big one in business, and it's something that I've made so many mistakes in, like trusting people over the years. In all different types of business that I dabble in, trusted a lot of people, and I've always gone like Eddie Hearn almost in a way, like you think that you know someone, you think you can just say like yeah, me and that person, we've got an agreement, we've got a man-to-man agreement, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you just you basically get stitched basically. It hurts, bro. It hurts. I should be from other projects that I done. I mean, I done the work. This is the sad thing is when you do the work for someone and you make something happen from nothing, and then they stitch you up. Then, good God, like I blocked someone on Instagram. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I blocked them on Instagram because it really hurt me every time I saw them. I physically felt sick, and I've only literally just unblocked them on social media, and still I get my blood pressure rises a little bit when I see them. I'm over it. I'm cured, I would say, but it still hurts. I'll be lying if I said it doesn't hurt still when someone stitches you up. And this was like you're talking compared to the money that Eddie Hearn's lost. Like God knows how he feels. Like God knows. The only bright side to that is obviously he made
So hold on, let me
£500.
stop you there. What money?
What's that? Sorry.
What money?
What money has Eddie Hearn lost? I would say the money that he's lost from obviously generating. I think Eddie Hearn works on a was it a 25% or a 25% fee from what his fighters make per purse or something. So that money.
The third biggest fight in boxing last year
Hmm,
was Ben Eubank. Ben won.
okay.
Consequently, Matchroom would have made, although Eddie Hearn says he hasn't made any money out of it,
Oh yeah, he made money.
he made a lot of money overall out of the Eubank fight.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're saying about this money that he lost. I think you're mistaken there because I don't think he lost money at all.
Okay. Oh, the guy. What the? Who's muted? Who's muted, buddy? What? You can't hear me? Oh, he shouldn't be muted. You should be able to hear him. Right. Let me. Oh, yeah. So I always open a window up. Let's see who's muted. Say something, mate.
Hello.
Apparently you are muted. Let's have a look at that. Sound issues, guys. Honestly, I need some. I can hear you. Okay. Good morning, specialist. Good morning. Good morning. Right. Let's have a look and see if we can sort the sound issue out. Right. Okay, we've got the microphone popping. Okay, let's get that up. Let's get that up. Let's get that. And real tech add. Right, you should definitely. Let's get a testing 1 2 3 from DJ Nickynu.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
No, nice topic. Oh, yes. Thank you, though. Thank you. Um, primary audio. Get that up. How peculiar. How peculiar. Source. Let's get you up. Right. Speakers. Right. I've got every freaking audio up. Audio monitoring. Maybe I need to put that on monitoring and mute output. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, stress, guys. I'm stressed with this technology. Honestly, stressed out with technology. I got to listen to myself. No, it's not. I don't think it's that specialist. It's purely because I've changed. Okay, you should be able to hear him now because I can see. I can hear
Can you hear me
DJ.
now? Yeah.
We can hear you now, sir. We can hear you. We're back. We're back. Good God, guys, we're back. The
Let me see these.
stress.
Where can I see these comments, Brad? Can you put them in the middle of us?
All right, let me make it bigger as well. Let's make it bigger.
And then we'll get into these. We'll get into the topic for the people. Yeah.
Let's crop it a little bit there, and then let's make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see.
And
There you go. You should be able to see that now. Yeah.
the bigger picture is Dana White versus Eddie Hearn, really, not Conor Benn versus Eddie Hearn. But Conor Benn versus Eddie Hearn is a hot topic, of course. But
Mm.
it's Dana White versus Eddie Hearn, really.
Okay. Okay. All right. Why don't we? I'll tell you what we'll do. Why don't we start with your position on the whole thing? Start to fit. Let's start with your position, Nicky. So, how do we? The breaking news came out. Conor Benn signing for, is it Zupa Boxing, whatever it
Uh-huh.
is. Yeah, Zupa Boxing. What did you think initially? What was your first initial sort of thought?
Very surprised, like everyone else. No one saw it come in. It was shocking, obviously, because of Conor Benn's relationship with Eddie Hearn. You're thinking, wow, is it a joke? People like Cole Frotch, Johnny Nelson, they're all asking, was this a joke? Right? No one really thought it was real. Tony Bellew, he said it as well. Then you find out it's not a joke. And then, sorry, what was your question? What is my position on it?
What was your thoughts initially when it all came out?
Well, yeah, my thoughts initially was this is a joke,
Okay.
right? What were you saying? Because before we started, you were saying that you'd been let down or something.
Yeah, I suppose we sort of went straight into sort of the sort of trust element, like from trusting people in business, and I was speaking about my personal experiences with it, the fact that I had lost a lot of money last year that I should have been banking this year, and then obviously I was comparing it to the Conor Ben Eddie Hearn situation. This is how I see it with what happened. Eddie Hearn went above and beyond to defend Conor Benn during that drug scandal. Like it was just like so un-Eddie. Eddie was always the sort of no, if he's doing drugs, like how he went with Gerald Miller. If he's doing drugs, he should be banned from the sport and all the rest of it. And Eddie Hearn sort of went against his morals, I think, a little bit to protect Conor Benn. Obviously, there's the rivalry. Eddie Hearn always wants to be in the limelight, so there's also his ego is also there. Like, he wants to be the main man in boxing, like, and he was for a very long time, until the Sheikh came in with his money, like, and then, that's led us down this path we're at now. Um, I just think Eddie Hearn went above and beyond for him, went against his morals, and Conor Benn didn't even want to speak to him on the phone because he was like, the decision's been made. Like, basically, the decision's been made. Sorry, Eddie. And I think his reply basically was, there's nothing Eddie could have said to sort of make me change my mind on it. So yeah, that's why I'm with it.
Well, to me, you sound like the same as everyone else, and you sound like you've been watching IFL TV, Charlie Parsons, and you're just reciting the same as everyone else. But my take's a little bit different than that, because even though he lent him money, there's a reason why he lent him money,
Yeah, of course.
right? So people are saying about how Eddie saved him, Eddie done this, Eddie done that, right?
Yep.
Was Eddie doing that for shits and giggles? No, no. Eddie was doing it because of the potential Eubank profit, which I've already pointed out was the third biggest fight in boxing last year, even though it was a non-title fight that no one cared about. So I think people are being a little bit naive in feeling sorry for Eddie, the way that they're doing it, without understanding that the reason why that loan was given and the reason why he was being nice wasn't for shits and giggles. If his surname wasn't Ben, do you think that person, as you've pointed out, would have got the help and the support if number one, if his surname wasn't Ben, and number two, if there wasn't the potential of a Eubank fight, which should not have been one of the biggest fights in boxing, the same as Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua,
Mm.
should not have been amongst the two biggest fights behind Canelo and Terence Crawford in boxing, in professional boxing. Beterbievs, Bivols, and all this sort of stuff, nowhere near. So, in my opinion, he was being nice because of what he knew he was going to get after.
Yep. Yep. Specialist has put in the comments, you're diverting, bro. Can you join? Can you join? Why not? Let's get you. just come in with your sound, okay? Because you don't need your camera. Just come in with your sound. That way, we can just sort of get it clearly, and then you can have like a clear sort of like contradiction and get your opinions out there.
Eddie Hearn also poached Ben Whitaker from Sky Sports Boxing, who was supposed to be their biggest asset, and he's done it time and time again
Morning,
with
morning, morning.
many fighters, Brud. So it's not the first time that he's done it,
Yeah.
that it's happened in boxing,
Yeah,
right?
I think you sort of jumped the point a little bit there because obviously your basic point basically was that he only done it because of the name and because of the potential fight. He's looking
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
like
Exactly the same point as what Simon Jordan made on Talk Sport.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
After I'd already made that point several times.
yeah, but what I think is the main one is that yes, obviously the big fights, the money, and all the rest of it. But I do think that the morals, Eddie Hearn's stance on drugs, he went against that as well. Like and I don't think Eddie for all we know for all we like for us it's a lot of money. He's going to make 25% of Conor Benn whatever he makes and stuff, but Eddie Hearn's company's worth God knows how much money. Like what they make from the dark. Eddie Hearn don't need money. Like he don't. Eddie Hearn could retire today, and he don't need money. Specialist, you just come in, you disagree with the man on the panel. What's going on, sir?
No, I don't. I don't disagree with him in certain ways because there's a lot more to this story what people don't know. Okay, that's number one.
Really loud, by the way, Bud. Like very, very loud.
He's
Am I
loud.
loud?
1 second. 1 second.
Like compared to me and you, his volume
Okay,
is like
okay, go for it, buddy. Go for it.
Okay, is this a lot better?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Go for it.
Nick, is that better for you?
it's still loud. It's right, mate. Don't worry about it. It's just
No,
all
no.
I'm
Let me,
saying is,
I'll do it myself. I've done. Is that better, Nick?
yeah, it's a bit better. Yeah, go on. Just go ahead, man. Don't worry.
Well, let me just go lower for you. Right, Nick. I agree with you. I've been in boxing myself. My first fight was in 1999, as in a supporter watching. Okay, I went to America, so from there I watch big fights around the world. Eddie Hearns is a businessman. First of all, he's a businessman. No matter what, money comes first. Everything else comes second. That is it. It doesn't matter. But regarding this case, Ben's case, people say to me, "Oh, well, you go on live, this, that, the other." I say to them, who is Conor Benn? Apart from his father, what has he achieved in boxing? What has he done in boxing? That he's got the clout and everything for the fights against Eubank Jr. Yeah, as we all know. Now, if those fights were not done, where would he be? Nowhere. Because of those two fights, he's gone right to the top. How's that possible? Because of Hearns, he's gone right to the top. That he's gonna he's gonna fight this person, that person for a world title when he's got no European title, no British title, etc., etc. But my thing is regarding this. Let's get to the core of it. I don't want to go around in circles. For him to do what he did, money, basically, in a nutshell, bro, he sold his soul to the devil. File closed. He sold his soul to the devil for money. I don't care what you say. You debate me for 5 hours, I will be still victorious. Why? Because you have to have morals. Now, for example, what I mean by that, yeah, let's say, Nick, yeah, you are a doctor and you are a heart specialist, yeah? You saved my life, yeah? You saved my life, and I will do everything and beyond to thank you. But would I go against you after 1 week or 2 weeks and say, you know what, this Nick, this heart surgeon, he's just a fraud and he's this and he's that? That's what this guy's done. The man saved his life. Yeah, he was on a bridge, bro. There's people who I know. I'm not going to mention names.
He's mentioned something along the lines of that. I remember it when it came out. Conor Benn was a mess, like a mess mentally.
He
Like
was
he
on a
was
bridge, bro, and he was on a bridge and he was about to go. Yeah, and wallahi, he had a call from his wife. She said, "Where are you, darling?" And that call changed everything. If she didn't call within 2 minutes, there would be no Benn. Yeah? And then he actually opened up to Nick. He opened up to Hearns, and he said, "Look, this is what I did like yesterday." And that's when Hearns knew that this guy, mentally, emotionally, physically, he's in trouble.
Boxing put an 8-figure deal on the table, to which Conor and Benn replied, "Yes, thank you very much." Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So he can look after his missus.
Yeah.
So he can look after his family.
Mm-hmm.
When you was getting on here, we were talking about Ben Whittaker.
Yeah.
And what he done to Ben Shalom.
Yep.
It's cutthroat. He's been made a much better offer. He's not going to get. I don't think he's going to get the championship fights in the he's number one contender in the WBC.
Yeah. How?
But
how? How? Talk to me, bro. How is that possible?
Because his dad's called Nigel Benn.
Yes.
And number two, because he's good on social media.
Yes, he's got a brain. Can
I just say, it's not Matchroom Boxing that's been doing his social media. It's Conor that's been doing his social media. So what does Eddie Hearn actually do for him except tell people he's not a drug cheat so he can get the Eubank money? I think people are being delusional. I understand why Eddie Hearn would be angry, and I thought your example was quite good, right?
Thank you.
At the same token, why was he being nice to him? I make the same point as Simon Jordan on TalkSport. He's being nice to him.
My mate Jack Simon.
Because of the Eubank money that he knew was coming, buddy. Yeah. This is Eddie Hearn you're talking about. And you know something I'll say about Eddie Hearn as well? If I'm Dana White now, I'm laughing at Eddie Hearn.
Oh, yeah.
Because Eddie Hearn, he looks very simpy at the moment. He's crying. Would you cry now if you was in front of Dana White? I'd be saying nothing. I'd be saying, congratulations, Conor. Well done. Fantastic deal. Good luck to Zuffa Boxing. Oh, please, everybody, give me sympathy. What are you talking about, man?
Listen,
you my point?
The Eddie Hearns, yeah? Bro, like I'm into crypto, for example, yeah? I made... Alhamdulillah, I've done really well.
We'll give some to me and him then.
Yeah. So for example, I'll just give you just a simple scenario. I say to you, right, bro, this crypto's coming out next week. Yeah, this crypto's coming out next Friday, but pre-sale, I want you to buy it today, tomorrow. You're buying it for 1 pence. Yeah. Now, without me. You don't know nothing about the crypto. Yeah? And then next Friday, that 1 pence is 10 pence when it's launched within seconds, and you bought 5 million cryptos, 5 million coins. Thank you very much. So I'm the one who built the car. I'm the one who gave you the car for you to drive. But at the end of the day, I understand, Nick, what you're saying, but there's got to be a little bit of loyalty, man. It's not all about money, bro.
I think you're being romantic, and I think you're forgetting about life and business. I really do. I think a lot of you boxing fans are being naive, and I think you're being too nice. And I think what a lot of you are really trying to say.
How much did Conor Benn make against Eubank?
Hold on. I think what a lot of you are really trying. You're so quiet, bud. By the way, you're very, very quiet.
Am I quiet? Yeah.
Yes.
I think what a lot of you are really trying to say is that you don't like Conor Benn. I think that's what really is going on. Yeah.
No. I love Conor. I like Conor Benn, but he thinks he's God's gift. That's what I don't like about him. He embarrasses himself. He's gone up to Stevenson and say, "Oh, I'm like his fight," but that's called promotion.
He does it.
It's all brains. It's all brains.
Right? Matchroom Boxing doesn't really promote him. Boxing has got a massive problem with promotion on social media, because if Jake Paul. Right, we'll come back to his wages in a moment, right? But if Jake Paul can be the second biggest fight of the year behind Canelo and Bud Crawford in terms of revenue and people watching it, there's a problem in boxing, because you've got Beterbiev and Bivol and people like that sat there, Moses Alma, Usyk, and they cannot garner the same wages. Explain to me if in boxing how Jake Paul can walk in, get a championship fight against Anthony Joshua, just like that.
Yeah,
Eddie Hearn can't even. This it's rotten, mate.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
but I don't think.
Well, exactly, and that's what I mean. That's my point exactly, buddy. Like, that's what Conor Benn's
But
saying.
it's all about, any sort of sports is about bums on the seat and your audience. If you can get bums on the seat and you've got an audience, it's a no-brainer. You make the money. People want to see you. You're popular. Like, so that explains the Jake Paul thing. And Jake Paul is just like, he's got the attention of the kids. Like, so that means
Jake Paul, in his own words, has seen a gap in the market in boxing because it's a shambles on social media. He said it several times.
Yes.
He came in because he saw how bad it was on social media. That's why he's gone into the women's boxing, Brudd. It's rubbish on social media, and he's taken the piss out of it and got a championship fight against one of the best fighters. And can I just say, buddy, Crypto, what's your name? Sorry, Crypto. Sebastian. Can I just say, Sebastian? Can I remind you, Sebastian? Can you tell everybody who was the A side when Jake Paul fought against Anthony Joshua? Who was the A side?
A side for who? Joshua versus?
Who was the A side when Jake Paul fought against Anthony Joshua? I'll give you the answer. You can't remember.
The answer is Joshua.
No.
I said exactly the same thing.
Go and look at the posters. Go and look at all the posters.
No. I haven't finished my answer. Joshua is the A side. What I mean by that is the boxing ability. But when it comes to the marketing,
the promotion event,
No. I haven't finished, bro. It's important. The boxing, Joshua is the A side. But when it comes to the marketing and everything else regarding the fight, it is Jake Paul.
So Jake Paul was the A side then, because he was first.
Yeah. Jake Paul's the A side, but the boxing is yes.
So this is where professional boxing is at the moment, Sebastian.
Yes.
A situation where Anthony Joshua is the B side.
Yes.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with him.
Right. Now back to his wages against Eubank. He was supposed to have got 10 million. I think they split 18 million or something like that between them.
Yes, correct. Yeah, nine each.
That is a non-championship fight for no belts. Right. A pay-per-view at two different weight classes that shouldn't have happened because boxing is in a mess. Okay, that's why Zuffa Boxing have come along and gone, right, we need to start buying all these ringside champions so we can have a decent product over here and leave all these clowns like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren to it. Get him out of the way.
So Conor Benn's had £9 million, let's just say. He's had £9 million. He pays Eddie Hearn back the $500K that he owes him. He ain't starving. He ain't hungry.
Yeah, but that's by your standards.
Let me finish. He's been paid £9 million. He's not starving. No matter what. If Super Boxing are offering Conor Benn 10 million a fight,
they've offered him 15 million for his first fight on a one.
If they offer him 15 million for his first fight, fine. And apparently it's a one fight at a time deal. Apparently as well.
There you go.
Yeah. So if Eddie Hearn got him a fight, it's not going to be a million miles off. It might not be. Eddie Hearn might say to him, look, I'll give you 5 million a fight. This guy's offering me 15 million a fight. But guess what? You've been there for me this whole time. You supported me for a very dark time in my life. I don't even know, and this is Conor Benn's word in one of his interviews, I don't even know if I'd be here today if I didn't get the support that I did. Eddie Hearn for me put himself on the line.
Let's talk some facts. Let's talk some facts. Matchroom Boxing were shown the contract from Zuffa and they were given the opportunity, just like they were for Dalton Smith in the prize fight, to get that event for Dalton Smith. Did they go ahead and get it? No, they didn't.
And the other thing I want to tell you, Nick, you're a very intelligent man. I'm going to give you some world exclusive breaking Sky news, which I know.
What, Usyk has gone to Zuffa?
No. I'm not going to say nothing on that scale. I'm not going. I don't want to get myself in trouble with my brothers in Saudi. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what happened. Mr. Turki Al Sheikh, mashallah, he went to Matchroom and he says, I want to buy you guys out.
He did, and he looked at all the books.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to give you a bit of history. So at least you know. That's why I'm liking you, Nick. You've done your diligence. You know what I'm talking about.
He's very shrewd and he's very clever. He's naughty.
He's naughty, but he's nice at the same time because when he talks. So he's gone to him. He's walked to him. He went to the office. He says, "Right, mate, I want this. I want to buy you out." They said, Hearn said, "What do you mean you want to buy?" He goes, "I want to take over." He goes, "No. You don't take over. You can put an investment in, but we will still be the 51% shareholders." He said, no, mate, I want the 100%. Then, this is the exclusive bit I'm giving you. Then he goes, oh, right, okay, no problem. How much do you want for it? You know how much they offered? They asked.
1.5 billion.
1.5 billion. 1.5 billion pounds. But you have to look at the books, yeah? The biggest money taker is darts, not boxing. Okay?
Yeah, that's
The,
right.
the most income.
And snooker, yeah.
So these are the people who sat on the table. They told me that. Yeah, Sheik's there. He's the king. Yeah, his advisors. You know, the big boys. I know one of them.
Sebastian, they're called the GEA. That's their name, yeah.
Yeah. But I can't. I don't want. I'm going to be very careful when I say. One of them is a very good friend of mine. Yeah, he told me. I goes, bro, what went down on that table? He goes 1.5. The guy who says we will take over it. Yeah, and he said that we'll take over it. We'll give you cash. Yeah, done. They said, okay. You know, gentleman's agreement. In our culture, in Saudi's culture, you know, when you shake a man's hand, that means it's sold. It doesn't matter if you lose money. They shook hands, and then when they says, right, okay, these are our lawyers, we're gonna sort it all out, blah blah blah. And then Eddie Hearns' dad, our mate Barry, he got involved because it's Barry's business. Just like White is saying, look, you know, Hearns, you know, Eddie works for his dad. He does work for his dad. You got to look at that situation. So Barry goes, listen, mate, yeah, I don't give a yeah, it's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. And then it broke down. So what happened was, you know, this scenario, guess who's behind it? You make Turkey al-Sheikh. He's basically said, look, you embarrass me. I come to your house. You've done a gentleman's agreement. I've given all the information to my lawyers. I brought a team of nine men, yeah, and a woman to London, blah, blah, blah. You embarrassed me, but now I'm going to show you who's the daddy. So Zupa, obviously Dana White, they've signed a contract last year regarding promotion in America, and he is the head of it. So he says, right, this is what we're going to do. We'll get the biggest prize asset in Matchroom, which is Conor Benn. And we'll offer him a stupid amount of money, which no human could refuse. That's what they did. Conor Benn looked at it and he's thinking, are you serious? You know, I'm not even a world champion. I've not even had a world champion fight.
And I must say, on a pay-as-you-go deal as well. So, like, you know, let me just interrupt a second.
Turn yourself up, Bud. Turn yourself up, man.
Bro, turn yourself up. I can't hear you.
I can't hear
Come
you,
on.
man.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see my mic spin. 1 second. 1 second.
Come on, bro. You usually have more gas than British gas.
Oh, shit.
Eddie Hearn's been done, Sebastian, and Conor Benn, in my opinion, people are acting emotionally. They're acting
you're bad, honestly. Your volume is like 3 out of 10, seriously.
Yeah. Is mine okay, Sebastian? Is it?
Yeah, yours is perfect. Mine, you know, Brody's the weakest link.
Am I back?
No, you're so quiet.
No, you're 3 out of 10, Brod, in volume 3. You know what I mean? He will sort it out, but the thing is,
testing.
Right, let him do the testing. But Nick, that's what's happened. And then on top of that, the only way they could have got Ben and cause all this scenario and embarrassment, because Turk Ali Sheikh, bro, he doesn't give a... Bro, you know, $15 million to him is like £1. Yeah? I know, when it comes to money, bro, the Saudi fund, the people, the kingdom is run by MBS, yeah? Brother, you don't know, yeah? They are the richest people on the planet. When we're talking trillions, we're talking quadruple trillions, which they've got. So, you know, this 15 million is like you going to buy a cheese and onion packet of crisp from the shop. So he thought, you know what, I'm going to embarrass him, but they were scared. This is where they got the deal. Yeah, I'm giving you world exclusive. They got the deal, one, because of the money, yeah, and secondly, one fight, pay as you go. Look at it logically, yeah? So I've come to you, listen, mate, I'll give you $15 million, but you know what, Nick? And then you're thinking, I've got to sign a 3-year contract minimum. No. One fight only. So what basically Turkey Ali Sheikh has rocked the world. Don't FAUCK with me because I'm the dada, because money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah,
So
but has he actually? We're making out like he's done some amazing move over here. He's thrown some money at Conor
Yeah.
Benn. Conor Benn ain't no. Conor Benn's like, you know, he's almost like a social media star. Most people know in boxing that Conor Benn ain't winning no world title unless it's basically given to him.
God, who is on the brand new DAZN poster? Who is on the brand new DAZN poster?
I haven't looked. I'm just saying.
Right. First of all, you've got Anthony Joshua, their main asset. He's first. Just over his shoulder is Conor, because he's their second biggest asset.
There you go.
Yeah, but
Conor Benn, he's the second
biggest asset. For anyone that actually cares about boxing and actually cares about good boxers.
No, not many.
Conor Benn ain't no world champion. I don't know what this exaggeration
he
is.
brings in the money.
What money? He ain't bringing in no money.
Brud, seriously, you got to think about what you're saying. Against
Eubanks is a totally different.
Three biggest fights last year. What are they? Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
Canelo.
Yeah.
Jake Paul versus Joshua.
Yeah. And Benn
Eubank.
Yeah, but that's because that's the Eubank. He needed a dance partner. He needs a dance partner. They're talking about him fighting Ryan Garcia.
You're going on about his boxing skills as if boxing skills matter anymore.
Ryan Garcia would decimate him. Ryan Garcia would decimate him.
But that's what they're talking. That's what they're talking at the minute.
Loads of money.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. It's got to be like this sort of like celebrity and Ryan Garcia, you know.
That's what I've been saying.
I know, but I would say for people that want to get eventually. We're going to have to get back to boxing. The social media stuff is lovely. Like, you know, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. That's lovely. But the reason people are losing love for boxing is because we're seeing shit. We're seeing all you have to do is make some noise on social media. You don't have to be a good boxer. And then whoop-de-doo, you know, you get a big payday, like, you know, but that's only going to last for so long. Like, they're even talking about the Saudi money coming out of boxing at the minute.
The biggest draw in US boxing is Jake Paul by money.
Yeah. Of course.
And the reason why Usyk hasn't fought against Ajit Kabayel, which is a fight we all want to see, is because...
That guy's been robbed. Kabayel has been robbed.
No, hold on. There's a reason why, Brud. Because he's worth no money.
Zero.
Zero
asset.
money.
He brings zero to the table. Asset. He brings zero.
That's the sad side. That's the sad side.
The thing is, Brud, I like my boxing, but I understand how much of a role social media now plays in it. And it's not Matchroom Boxing that's doing the social media. It's the boxers themselves. And those that are smart are following the footsteps of Floyd Mayweather. They don't even need promoters. They don't even need promoters.
Floyd Mayweather, I followed him since 1999. He's the greatest of the greatest of marketing, management. He's the one, as a black brother, woke up other black brothers to say, listen, mate, you're getting robbed. And I'm telling the world, this is how you do it.
Not just black brothers. Not just black brothers. He opened the world up for all the boxers earning their money. All the boxers said, you know what? Okay, let's move away from these promoters over here. Like, not just black boxers. That's
okay. But you know what I'm saying, yeah. But the core is that's the main thing. Anyway, that's why he did it, because he was getting robbed, yeah. But the thing is, I understand what you're saying, Brudd, yeah. But this is social media. Social media has taken over the world. Forget your Man United and my Liverpool, yeah? Bro, it's what happens on the pitch in that 90 minutes. Forget last year and in the 90s, that doesn't matter no more. It matters tomorrow.
KSI is better paid as a boxer than Serbiev.
That is...
But
he's more paid for his social media. Like,
KSI's like, if you look at
KSI's what? Go on,
KSI's a social media superstar, and I don't want to. It's like you lot are coming on. You're talking about boxing, and you're mentioning KSI and Jake fucking Paul to me. I don't want to hear about that shit. I care about real boxing fights. I don't care about social media.
Yeah, but
I don't care about social media. I want to see some good boxing fights. I don't want you two coming on talking about boxing and telling me about KSI and Jake Paul.
Okay, Brud, I've got some bad news for you. Boxing can't even afford those freaking fights. We want to see Jai Opataya versus Benavidez. Me and Sebastian, we want to see that fight, don't we, Sebastian? Right?
Yeah, we'll go to it together.
Right?
We'll go to it
together, but boxing can't even afford that fight.
Yeah, why?
Right?
Go on, bro, tell us why.
Why? Because the sheikh came in and started throwing all this money at everyone, and now the base. Even Eddie Hearn used to say this. Now the basic fighter thinks he's entitled to earn so much money per fight now. So the fights aren't happening. So the sheikh came in. You know, we had the Al Riyadh, what's it called? Al Riyadh, whatever their festival, their Riyadh season thing. They've had their Riyadh season. We had a whole load of good fights come in. Everyone got paid big money, and now the normal boxer is saying, "Wait a minute, I can just wait a minute now, and I can just try and get a big payday somewhere else." Like, you know, so boxing at the lower levels is suffering. Like, I can't really. I'm not even really behind boxing anymore. I don't really feel associated with any particular fighter anymore. Like, you know, and I feel like the social media and us getting all these sort of gimmicky fights has sort of dampened my sort of love for the boxing.
So can I ask you a question, Brudd?
Yeah.
Do you think that the sheikh has spoiled boxing by him coming in? Yes or no answer? Yes or no answer?
Long term, yes.
Long term, yes. Okay, right. Long term, yes. We are all passionate boxing fanatics. I waited, and the world waited 12 years, and I went to the fight. Mayweather, Pacquiao. Okay? So the world wanted that fight. Why didn't that fight not happen? Answer me that question.
The money wasn't right.
Money? What did you say? What did you say? Money?
But listen. Did you think that was going to be a big? Did you? Let's just test your boxing expertise.
Okay.
A lot of people were very excited about the thought of Manny Pacquiao beating Mayweather. Anyone for me that knows boxing properly knows I could have written a blueprint of how Mayweather was going to win against Pacquiao. He was going to jab his face off. The guy's too good. He moves too much. He moves too much. The skill level's way too high.
He's the greatest.
Pacquiao never had a chance in that fight. Never.
100,
not even
100.
a puncher's chance. Not even 100. A puncher's chance. So
100.
obviously, a lot of people were excited by it, and you know, there's also the rumors Manny Pacquiao going through the weights, just
the shoulder,
the head getting bigger and bigger, and all the nonsense behind that. I never thought that was going to be a big fight. I never thought it was going to be a big fight. Like, you know, that's my point behind it. No, I was Team Mayweather. I was Team Mayweather. Go for it.
Sebastian, can I give an answer to your question?
Yes.
My answer is the same reason why Golovkin had to wait until he was 40 years old to get a shot.
Because 100. Because one of my second favorite fighter of all time.
Hold on. Sebastian, sorry.
No.
Because boxing as it stands is crap. Because chickens like Zerdo Ramirez can avoid Benavidez if he wants. And he can avoid Opataya if he wants. So Jai Opataya, we know, is an animal, and he fights with a broken jaw against Bruddc, with his jaw hanging off, right? Yeah. Like a man. But we don't get to see him, do we?
No.
And everyone's running from him, and we can't see him become undisputed because he's IBF, he's WBA, he's WBO, he's WBC. No, I'm a boxing fan. I want that fight now.
Yes.
There's a reason why we have not had Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, because boxing's fragmented, right? And the way that it's set up right now is that good fighters can avoid each other for years and years and years. That's why Dana White's come along and gone, listen, I am done. I want Tyson Lewis. I want Holyfield Lewis. I want Tyson Holyfield. I want Ali Foreman. I want freaking all these fights back, and start giving people Saturday nights where I can say to Brudd, listen, Brudd, you're coming to my house on Saturday. It starts at midday. We're sitting down. We're going through all the fights, right? We're going to chill at my house. We're going to order food at 5 o'clock. We'll have some beers, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. I can't do that right now because boxing as it stands, I'll finish my point now. Boxing as it stands, Brudd, is one fight at the end of a long, long night. Cristiano Ronaldo does not turn up when Josh Padley's fighting at 6 o'clock. He doesn't turn up. He turns up at 10:30 when Jake Paul is making his way into the ring, or when Tyson Fury or the main event is coming in, because no one cares about the undercard because they're crap. because boxing can't even afford an undercard unless you've got Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh, in my opinion. Because an
Yes.
undercard could be Joy Opataya versus Benavidez, and the top card could be Usyk versus Italma. Right? If even on them two fights alone, for weeks and weeks and weeks, I will do a podcast every day. We can debate those fights every day leading up to it. All three of us could do that. But now, who are we talking about? We got nothing. It's and I think that I'll finish now, Brad. I'll finish now. This is my last thing I'll say about it. The whole problem for me, as I've said for about 5 years, is boxing has got a problem on social media. It's so stupid on social media. It's the stupidest sport on social media. It's an idiot. And
Well said.
if Eddie Hearn thinks 10,000 views with Charlie Parsons is social media, he's wrong. That's why Paddy Pimblett and people like that, they're so much more famous than all the boxers because they're decent on social media.
Yes, I agree with you. You forgot one thing, Nick. When you're inviting Brudd, you're having the food, meals, etc. 10:30, don't forget match of the day when Man United lose. Bring that one in as well. You know, you've got to put that as a package. I thought I'd put that one in, 2 pence.
There's a famous song going around on social media at the minute. It's "Mind the Gap." Mind the Gap at the minute. You know, we are in fourth
I'm a
place.
Liverpool supporter, it's all right, don't worry.
We are in fourth place. I think you're at 6th place. Like, you know.
Yes. Anyway, I agree with you, Nick. Well said. You know, you're concise with what you're saying. Boxing is in trouble.
Turki Al-Sheikh, Sebastian, he always talks about the numbers on Netflix and the numbers on YouTube and the numbers on the internet. Whereas Eddie Hearn talks about, we had a 10,000 arenas.
yeah. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah.
Over. All the good interviews that Coogan used to do.
You know,
they've got their own channel now, so he's screwed, isn't he?
What it is Eddie Hearn's. He's not he should know that the whole world is based on social media. He's not a social media person. Yeah, he just loves the attention that you know. Brudd is a podcaster. You know, IFL TV. I'll fucking say whatever I want to him. Right, and then what he does, he said, right, I don't like this. Send me the video before you put it up, and he will whatever he doesn't like, he will cut it out himself. But anyway, the point is, it's all about social media. But yes, I understand, Brudd. You know, we want the boxing back. But bro, you know, money talks, yeah. But going on to the subject of this podcast, which is Conor Benn, who is he? In my eyes, he's a nobody. 2 fights. Yes, he made 9 million. He got £9 million in his pocket. Half that goes to the taxman. He come out with 4.5 M. He done well, yeah, for a nobody. What? But his father was the king, yeah? He was the king. Yeah, this was the Test Tube Baby. Test Tube Baby made a lot of money, and now he's going to America, 15M for 1 fight, bro, and it's a pay-as-you-go. There's no way on the planet Hearns can compete with that. I don't care what you say, bro.
What's he done wrong then, Sebastian? So what has Conor Benn done wrong? Nothing.
0. Yeah, this is my point.
Come on, man.
Maybe. I reckon there's agreement. There's an agreement. You know, I reckon he said, "Look, Eddie, mate, look, they're fucking dumb as fuck. They've given me 15 million for 1 fight. Let me just go over and do the fight. I'll drop you some change." Like, I reckon that, and a lot of people are saying that as well. There might be a conspiracy, and there also might be a thing of Eddie Hearn and Dana White working together, and this might be the perfect. No, but what other fights are there then? That who have they signed anyway? Super boxing.
They've signed a few boxers, but you know, the other thing is your plan.
2 days ago.
Your plan. I totally agree with you, bro. That's why I love you as a brother, because you're intelligent. So on the slide they've offered him 15M. His shit's come out. He's gone to Eddie and he says to him, "Listen, they've offered me this money, life-changing money," and he says, "Right, okay, sign this contract," because obviously they would have said, "Oh, you know, this fight, 12 months contract, whatever." Then Eddie Hearns would have said, "Right, mate, sign this contract. This contract kicks in 2027, March. You're my man. I'll be quiet. Let's get your money." And you're back to fuck. We've taken their money. We've taken the piss, and we're coming back.
100%.
You're coming back to Dada. You're coming back to Papa. Yeah, you're coming back to Papa. But that's what he's. Let's say this is what I'm thinking. But if that happens, then all what Dana White's can say, "Oh, little child, come back to the playground. I gave you 15M. Now I'll give you 20M for the next fight.
The mistake was, Sebastian, right? If Matchroom Boxing really knew what they were doing,
Yeah.
would they not have had a contract already signed with Conor Benn if he's your biggest asset? Okay? If he's your biggest asset, why would you leave him in a position with no contract?
Yeah.
But
answer that question. Answer that question. He's admitted it live on TV. He goes, it was my fault. I should have given him a contract. So answer it.
He has, but you know what people say and what people do are two different things. Like, you know, there's you know, Eddie Hearn. I've watched Eddie Hearn do so many interviews, and he's talking about his relationship with Anthony Joshua. Like, you know, for years he spoke about that relationship, Anthony Joshua, and it was just like, you know, me and Joshua, me and Dylan White. Like, Dylan White was a big one as well. Like, you know, I just say to Dylan White, look, if Dylan do this for me, and like Dylan's there, like, you know, they have that sort of. There are some old school men out there in boxing that will just do a deal on a handshake like that. But for this to let it doesn't actually make financial sense. If you think about this now, let's think about it. Everyone think about this. You've got Conor Benn, you've got the drug scandal, you've got Eddie Hearn shelled out a whole load of money. He's under contract. Most normal business people would say, right, I'm going to back you, buddy. I know you're going to come good. I know you're going to get these fights with Eubanks, but let's just extend this contract before I start shelling out any more money. That makes business sense. The reason why that didn't happen, I don't know. Eddie Hearn said he forgot it was boxing.
Well, you've got to put it down to stupidity and naivety, really.
He said Eddie Hearn said he forgot it was boxing, and he thought
he's been stupid, and it's cost him. And now he's on fucking social media crying like a baby, wanting everyone's. I've had so many messages of people saying, "So, you are the guy that poached Ben Whittaker. You poached Ben Whittaker, his biggest asset from Sky Sports. You've done it time and time again." And what I don't understand, Brad, is why people feel sorry for Eddie Hearn. I think it's because of what they perceive he did for Conor Benn.
Nick, do you, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, do you believe or think 1% that Eddie's part of this game with Ben?
No.
That in 2 or 3 years' time, they're going to come together and say, oh, you know what? Forget your social media. We fooled the world.
Sebastian, if you look at Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn's father's reaction on sport and how
he's dead. He's at the hospital.
Let me finish, right? He's 80 years old. You're not going to sit at 80 years old on TV getting that upset as part of some stupid game.
Yeah.
He was clearly upset. They're really upset with Conor Benn. It's done. I think the only way they'll work together again is if Matchroom make a lot of money. Brad, you're talking about Anthony Joshua and you're talking about this wonderful relationship. There is only one reason behind that relationship.
Loyalty.
Money, Brad.
No, but I think Anthony Joshua could have ran his contract out years ago if he wanted to.
Mate, they're only nice to Anthony Joshua because of how much he's got. Anthony Joshua has signed a career-long contract with Matchroom. That's common knowledge, right? But I'm saying the only reason why they're really nice to him is because of the amount of money he brings in for that business.
Yeah, obviously.
If you take Conor Benn and Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor away from Matchroom Boxing, they're in a bad position. And then if you look at what happened with the Anthony Joshua fight, Brad, I believe it was on Netflix. How would you feel if you was DAZN and that's on Netflix? How would you feel if you're DAZN and you've just put out your poster and it's got Anthony Joshua and Conor Benn and you spoke about your 5-year deal with DAZN only 7 days ago for Conor Benn to turn around and go, guys, you know I'm on the poster. Well...
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's not a good look. But I suppose, like, going back to boxing, how do we fall back in love with boxing again? How do we find these new superstars, and how do we stop them from rather than doing serious boxing careers, doing that hard graft, doing the amateurs, from just saying, you know what, all I have to do is start eating cheeseburgers on the street or smacking people on the back of the head or doing pranks on social media, becoming a gimmick boxer? How do we stop good boxers reaching their full potential, going to the Olympics, rather than, and some people would say that's the honorable route, having 200 amateur fights, getting your head bashed in, learning your craft, then going to the Olympics and then moving on to turning pro. what's the incentive for them guys now when they say, right, look, I can just go on social media, start showing my ass, becoming an idiot, and
I
then
don't
I
think
get a
it's
big
a
following?
case of going on social media and showing your ass. I think you've got to look at someone like Paddy Pimblett as an example, who shouldn't be as famous as he is, but with the support of Dana White and the
Unbelievable.
UFC and the support that they give him on social media and their understanding of YouTube and social media, you've now got a start that can get multiple sponsorships all over the place. Can I ask you a question? Where is Ben Whitaker's social media?
Yeah, I know. We
It's-
spoke
I don't
about this
even
before.
know.
The guy was one of the most famous people in the world for 1 week.
No, no,
After,
Brad. People know his clips, but they don't even. Oh, that's that guy that does that.
yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it.
They
All,
don't
yeah.
know Paddy Pimblett's name because UFC know what they're doing, but boxing doesn't know what they're doing.
And the other thing is, Brad, be honest with me
Yes, sir.
as a brother.
Yes, sir.
Brother, I would not know you. I would not know you. Who are you? You're a nobody. I'm a nobody. Nick's a nobody. But we got to know each other through where? Social media. You are doing this podcast through social media. If this didn't exist, we wouldn't have this conversation. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a contradiction there, Mr. Broad.
What contradiction? What contradiction?
What I'm saying is that if you could go on social media and you want to promote yourself, I hope that it goes massive, etc. You get more viewers. That's the same thing what boxers are thinking. We don't want for Eddie Hearns. We'll do it ourselves.
You can't do it for him, though, Sebastian. This is what I mean. Like, they're so old-fashioned. They can't even do it for him. It's really out of order. What they should be doing, Matchroom Boxing and Queensbury, is giving us insight into who these people are so we can get to know them, a la UFC. Because I feel like I know Paddy Pimblett and I don't even watch UFC.
Yeah.
I watch all these build-ups because it's interesting media that draws me in and engages me.
Yeah.
And I think this is really engaging. It's well made. It's done with a good microphone. I get to see who this guy is. I'm now interested, and I watched his last fight because the social media has pulled me in as a
Sold
fan.
him. They sold him out. They sold you.
Where
The
is
social media
Moses
sold
about
you.
social media?
Yeah.
What do we know about?
But
Nothing.
The thing is, though, the difference between boxing and UFC, UFC have a loyal fan base.
Yes.
It's a very loyal, very sort
Family.
of Republican, very sort of Republican sort of family. Like, you know, they are, and you know, they're very cultural. They're very tribal Americans, and they're very big Republican base. And you know,
Their
with
fan
Paddy
base
Pimblett,
right? Can I just point out, Brod? Their fan base is worldwide, and it's absolutely massive, and it's growing year on year.
Yeah,
and
but
they
it's
said,
loyal. It's loyal. It's not like boxing. It's not loyal. Boxing ain't loyal.
The reason why people like it is because there's one
belt. Yeah.
Right? It's very easy to see the best. You don't get Opataya chasing people around the world in UFC. If they're truly the best versus best, you get it. You don't always get it, Brod, but you get it a lot more often. So if you're 20 years old and you wasn't growing up with Mike Tyson like me and you, and you see Conor McGregor, and then you see Anthony Joshua, you think, this Conor McGregor, he's fun. I like him. He's fun. And then you get all the social media that comes with it, and you think, you know what? I'm watching that guy fight, that Conor McGregor, because all my old students used to talk about was Conor McGregor and Cristiano Ronaldo. They ain't talking about Joshua. They're not talking about Fury. They don't care about these guys.
Do you know something that makes me feel old? Like when we think of horror movies, this is just slightly off topic, but when we think of horror movies, we think of Freddy Krueger and stuff like that. This new generation, when they think of horror, they think of the Scream, the new It's, and like, you know, what's his name, Pennywise the clown. Like, you know, it's so weird to realize the sort of concept of age. Sebastian, you probably got a hero that we probably don't know.
No. My hero.
Not a hero, a villain. No, we don't. I was a little age joking there, Sebastian.
I know that my hero was Floyd Mayweather and Triple G. Yeah, end of file closed. But there's the other thing what people don't understand. Yeah, you know, you make Jake Paul. Yeah, in the last 3 years, you know how much money he's made? Not in boxing. Okay. Bro, when I do my research, he's made over $200 million with 6 companies in the last 36 months. Forget the boxing, 200 million, where he's gone in and bought shares, etc., 6 companies, 200 million. Then the boxing, that's a separate issue. Yeah? Bro, the guy's a genius. He might be the shittest boxer on the planet, but he can sell you to the Eskimos.
I don't think he's a genius because he put himself in the ring with Anthony Joshua. I don't think he's a genius. I think you're in. I think he's a genius. What genius? I think he's an absolute idiot for a man that's worth hundreds of millions of pounds to get in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
I think, and you know, he may never be the same again after after his show. Like, you know, you can't. Health is it. Let's agree first, guys. Health is more important than wealth. Yes,
I saw him cuddling his girlfriend, smiling and kissing her about 4 days ago in the Olympics when she won the gold for the Netherlands, and he looked fine and he was talking just fine.
Yeah. So, bro, I'm going to give you I'm going to sell my cryptos. I'm going to give you £100 million. Are you going to fight Joshua? Yes or no? Yes or no answer?
Of course, but it's different. Stop. For it to be the same as Jake Paul already has a net worth of about 200 million before he fights Joshua. So if I'm worth now you're asking me, even if I'm worth 5 million, someone says to me 100 million to fight Anthony Joshua, I say to you, I love my family, I love my kids, I've got 5 million in the bank. No, thank you very much. If I didn't have any money, and you offer me 100 million pounds, I'm going to fight anyone, like, you know, with a sword, Viking style, most likely.
So you will fight a bear.
You're going to get the money.
You will fight a bear for 100 million.
No, not a bear. That's I'll save that for you. I'll save that for you. You've got to escape a polar bear.
Habib, we'll go to Dagestan.
You've got to escape a polar bear for 100 million. Yeah. Would you do it?
but the point is, I agree with you. But the thing is, the guy got 90 million pounds to get his jaw broken. Let's get to the point, innit? Let's go around in circles. 90 million pounds to get his jaw broken for what was it? 18 minutes, and half the time he was running like a bitch. You know, like in a playground.
There is that.
Yeah, but I think what Brudd's point is
that's genius.
Brudd, it is genius. But when it's a fairy tale as you describe it. However, I think what my brother's trying to say here. Let me see if I'm right, Brudd, in what you're trying to say. That punch that's hit Jake Paul, we all agree that it's hit him flush on the. It hasn't hit him here. It's hit him here. Yet, despite the fact that it's hit him here, it's hit him so hard it's broke there and there. Now, I think what Brudd's trying to say, if that's a professional heavyweight hooking you to your head, and your head does the thing where it goes like that, and your brain stays there momentarily, it's 90 million when he wakes up the next day and he can't talk anymore.
Is it worth it?
That could have happened. That could have happened, Sebastian. It's not a joke. I mean, he got away with one. I think, Brudd, I think you're right. He got away with one there.
I agree with you. The whole world was against this fight. Sorry to interject, because health is more important than wealth, than money. But this guy gambled his life because he knew that even one punch, like what my brother, I'm liking this guy. Both sides got damaged. Now, bro, could you imagine, that punch, just up here, near the temple, he'd be dead. He would have died. He would have been he would have been a cabbage for the rest of his life.
Well, he lifts his head up, and he hit. Imagine if he lifted his head up.
Yeah, he's dead.
It could have been. It could have been so bad. And this is the thing: on social media now, you have a lot of young guys wanting to make a name for himself and thinking boxing is a joke that you can play around. You can have these bare knuckle fights they're doing. Let me just tell you the bad story about boxing. Every single weekend when there's a boxing fight, someone is dying, bro. Someone gets a bleed on their head. Someone dies. It's no joke. One punch, one punch. Just one punch from an untrained moron in the streets can put you down to the ground and end your life. Your life is over. And people are playing games with boxing on social media for the clicks, for the fame. Wait until people start dying. I don't wish anything on anyone, but it's only a matter of time before one of these influencers takes one bad blow to the head, and it may not affect them straight away. It may affect them 5 or 6 years later on, and then they start shaking, they can't talk and all the rest of it. Boxing is no joke. I say this so many times to people. And even what's bad about it is when I see the OnlyFans girls trying to do it for social media clout, and they're getting in the ring, they got massive eyes, and they're like, yeah. I'm just like, no. No, because what's the point in making £10 million today if I can't spend it in 5 years' time?
Well,
It's a
ask
no.
the CEO. Ask the CEO of OnlyFans, Nick. He'll tell you.
I think it's very unlikely in an influencer versus influencer of a bad injury, unless you got unlucky and someone got cracked in the Adam's apple or
But-
something like that. However,
Yeah.
in a Joshua versus a nobody, Brud, it's worrying because
Well, yeah.
if it
Look at
turns
Michael Watson.
like
Look at
that,
Michael Watson.
of course,
Look
yeah,
at Michael Watson.
Yeah.
I watched that fight when I was a kid. And
Yeah.
till this day, I'm traumatized. When I will never watch that fight again. I watched it 5 years ago. I still was traumatized. You know, the guy was unbelievable, but what happened was happened. But I'd love, you know, your expertise on Rudd. That there is a person who dies every day in boxing, but they cover it up. Nobody knows about it, even though we've got social media, like like we breathe, yeah. But around the world, it's a cover up because it is a dangerous sport. But at the end of the day, a person who does boxing, he should know from day one that I could die in 0.3 seconds over a punch. That's the gamble. So you know exactly what you're in for. But if you are good at what you're doing, yeah. But at the end of the day, what's more important, your life or money? You know? Come on, let's get to reality.
That's it. That's it. Let's round up, guys. Anyway, let's round up. It's been good chat. We've had good fire. Specialists come in.
Can we do another one with Nick? Because Nick's intelligent. Can we do another one next week or when you're ready, Brud?
Yeah.
Always.
I want the three of us more often, man. That was good.
Always.
That
Yes. I like the fire. I like the energy. I like it. It's good. And guys,
I don't know how Man United won yesterday. What the fuck? Anyway,
yeah.
A little bit, Brud. Don't you want to talk a bit of football quickly, or
mate? I'm in cloud. It's a weird feeling, bro. I'm telling you, it's just a weird feeling. A weird feeling of just like I'd given up on boxing. Obviously, we spoke last year and we can play the videos. And I said to you, no matter what happens, even when things go bad, we've got owners. They may not be the best owners. They will still throw 150 million every season on new players. And when you can spend money like that on players, you can get Sesko that comes in and scores the last goal. And I've given the guy a lot of stick when he came in. I thought to myself, we don't need this guy, but he's like I said, no matter what we say as fans about footballers, if the footballer decides I'm going to knuckle down and put my head down, work on my game, work on every single aspect of my game to improve, to reach the elite level, no one can stop him. Like, we can see a player and we think, oh, he's no good. But if he works on his game and he has that dedication, my fear was that these young kids today, there's no education like there used to be. Like, they at 16, you've got if a kid's good at 14, 15, he's already been scouted, and his parents, that kid already knows basically, his life's set.
I think when United fans have got to have a long, hard look at yourselves in the mirror, and you've got to ask yourselves, look in the mirror and ask yourselves, are we simps? Right? That's what you need.
And the other thing is, it's very important.
Sebastian, let me finish up on this, right?
Sorry.
Get this off my chest here, because he's a big Man United fan. We give him his dues. They're doing really, really well. But I had to sit here and listen to this guy go on about, oh, he's got a lovely haircut, Amarin. Oh, he's got a lovely shirt, Amarin. Oh, I love the way he does his haircut, Amarin. I love his accent, right? Oh, give him time. He's got a nice accent, right? And I'm going to dig you out as well, Liverpool fans, yeah? You said about Liverpool before, right?
Yeah.
You see your boy Sobersley?
Yes.
He's letting your team down. He's letting your team down. Right?
In what context?
Let me just finish what I'm saying, and then I'll let you come in. But you've got to go in if you want. But I'll explain why. When you compare him to someone like Fernandes, right? If you look at the total shots of Fernandes and the total shots of Sobersley and the conversion rate of Fernandes is at the very, very top of the Premier League. Out of all the players, you've got Morgan Rogers, and he goes down. There's a few more. You have to get to about number 6 or 7 before you've got Sobersley for goals and assists in the Premier League. Yes. He's doing a bad job because of his haircut, mate. Same as the Man United manager. All you lot love him. Oh, he's got a lovely haircut, though. When he does score a goal, it goes in the wind, and when it's raining, it looks really nice. And you think, will you dig him out? Why is no one digging out Sobersley?
Right, okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to counter offer you. This is my court now. So the judge is going to make his verdict. The verdict is, my brother, Fernandes is 50,000 years ahead of Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
File closed. You can't come into a country or a league, and you play 4 or 5 matches, and you've done well, and you've done a
But
few
it's
free
still
kicks.
a season, man.
Consistency, because you need consistency over a 1, 2, 3, 4 year period. Fernandez, he's done it. He's following the flag. So, bro, I'm a diehard Liverpool fan, bro. I'll go everywhere. Yeah. So regarding your question, I'm the opposite to what the Liverpool fans say, and when I say it, that's why they don't like me, because I tell the truth.
Yeah.
And secondly, from my perspective, yeah, Man United are doing well. I mean, last night I almost died. I thought, oh my God, Everton going to do it. They're going to help us. But it didn't happen. But, from my perspective, there's something going on there at Man United where they've woken up after 5, 10 years, and it's on.
Yeah,
They're coming back, and I'm getting scared.
Yeah, no, we are simplicity at its finest. Like people like Amarim came in. I did defend him last season. I thought, give him time, give him time. And to be honest with you, it was at our peril. Like if we really think about it and we really dig deep, my man came in and said, with no Premier League experience, said we're gonna suffer, we're gonna lose. He should have been fired on day one. If that's an English manager that comes in, yeah, well, we're a bit shit today, and you're like, it's gonna stay shit for a few months until I get my system right. Like, you are right. We, as English people, I feel that we do give a lot of sort of
We're nice.
A lot of concessions to the foreign accent. Like, it's like Gino, the chef on TV, like, what's he really saying? He's all fake as well, like, but we love it. For some reason, we love an accent, like, and we think that they're better. And I think it's very important that we do start giving our English players a chance in management. Like, we don't always have to go for a Pep and all the rest of it, a fancy name and stuff. Like, Carrick's come in. What's he done? He's played a 4-4-2. He's played people in their formation and kept it simple. No rocket science. Like, anyone with any decent managerial experience would have just like to ruin Harry Maguire the way he done. He put him in a back three and told him to play high press up by the halfway line with no pace, with Luke Shaw next to him. Like, come on, man. I said, do that to John Terry. Make John Terry play in a back three with Wayne Bridge and even Gallas. Like, and Gallas was a decent centre back, So imagine John Terry playing on the halfway line, or Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick playing like the guy he has the record for home goals. Like, you try play him in a back three, pressing up to the halfway line, like, with all the sort of pace that we have in the Premier League today. It don't take rocket science. You look at our goal yesterday, we scored, like, a little layoff by Sesko, lays it to Cunha, sweeping ball out to Mbumo. Mbumo takes his man on. Sesko shows that pace and gets in front of the defender and obviously slots it in. Like, yeah, guys.
Brother, I as a Liverpool supporter, there's 10 of us, 5 Liverpool, 5 Man U. Bro, we went through hell and back, me and my 5 friends, when Man U were, the kings of the castle, yeah?
Yep.
Every text, they used to destroy us, but as a man, we used to take it on the chin, yeah? These last 5 years, bro, it's payback time. And every day, we've been given, what they've been giving us for 15 years? For 5 years, we've given it back. I've made a lot of money on the bookies because of Man United, yeah? Because when they were falling, I was just going in and saying, yeah, both teams to score, Man U to lose, £1,000. I was killing it. But over the last 2 months now, it's like they're messaging now in a group chat saying, bro, you've had your time, no problem. We've gone through your left hooks, right hooks, Joshua left jaw broken, this, that. But you know what, bro? It's time. The Messiah has arrived. When my brother put it, because he's a Chinese boy, he goes, the Messiah is arrived. So watch this space. And I'm thinking, you know what? What I'm seeing, he's right. In the last 6, 7 games, bro, they have not done that in the last 5 years. The way they are playing, the way they are gelling, the way the players are understanding each other, the way, the system, like your friend, Amarin, you know what I mean? It's like you was this bloody fucking PA, bro. You loved him so much that he just threw in your face. He threw eggs in your face instead of bloody chapati.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Tough. it was tough, you know. He had even the most loyal sort of Man United fans like digging out Harry Maguire, like Luke Shaw, Dallo. Look at Dallo. Dallo playing right back in his right position. Like, you know, Carrick made a bit of an error yesterday. He brought Udi take off. He took Mbeumo off, and he played Dallo as sort of like right attacking midfield sort of.
Right mid,
And
right mid.
yeah, right. It was on the wing. It was on the wing. It weren't midfield. It was on the wing. But and he looked a little confused when that happened. There is some questions. This might not be popular amongst Man United fans. You're talking about Fernandes. Fernandes yesterday was shocking.
Yeah, but bro, yeah, bro. This is one thing I despise people. I get angry, bro, because he was shocking yesterday. What about the last 5 years? Go on.
No, you can't.
Come on, bro. If he's done bad in one game,
Listen,
okay,
listen.
Mo Salah, Mo Salah.
No. I don't care if you the moment at the highest level, it's one game a week at the minute.
Yes.
If you're not performing,
yes,
you get subbed. That is
yes.
the best. That's the healthiest way.
I agree.
Sesko has come on the last 2 or 3 games and saved us with goals that we needed.
Yes.
Like, you know, and there's an argument when you with Carrick's done, he's playing Bruno as a 10 with Mbeumo rotating with Ahmad and Cunha rotating as like basically it's a 4-4-2, 2 people up front. I feel yesterday if we had Sesko from the start, we'd have been a much better team and
a better
Bruno,
system.
I think it's honestly, I've been to a few games this season and we are just like the good old days of like an old school striker like Van Nistelrooy. You sit between the two. You sit between the 2 centre backs. You make that Michael Owen
make the run.
Like, it's not there. It's not there, and it's like it's one of the most basic tactics that you've got. You have a striker, and you play the through balls, let him run in behind.
Right. Okay. So would you, if you was Liverpool manager, would you take off Mo Salah?
Mo Salah had to come off. Like, you know, I don't know if it's worked, but I think. I'm not too invested in Liverpool's football. Like,
no,
you know,
but I'm asking you a general question.
But Mo Salah don't look the same. Like when we played against you, and he had a couple of chances, and last season, 2 seasons before, I was crying. I was already like, you know, when you beat us, like what was it, 5-0 or 6-0, something stupid.
7-0,
7-0, yeah.
6 plus 1. Remember that.
And I think he got a hat trick. I think he got a hat trick as well that day, didn't he?
Yes.
So
he did.
You know,
I was there.
That Mo Salah stays on the pitch. But when I see Mo Salah come in through on goal and just skies the ball, I'm thinking, what's going on?
Okay, you got to understand, bro. Yeah, it's all apart from one player who I don't believe. I think he's cloned. I'm going to mention his name in 1 minute. But you got to understand, Mo Salah has carried, as a Liverpool supporter, a diehard, not a fucking armchair supporter. I go to the games. I go to Europe. I go everywhere. Mo Salah has carried Liverpool Football Club for the last 7 years. File closed on that. If it wasn't for him, we'll be a Aston Villa 4th, 5th, 6th in the top between 4th and 8th. That's what team we would be. One man. And then my whole point is, bro, you got to look at his age now. He's 34 years old. Yeah. So what we used to see in the last 3-4 years, you're not going to see that. You're going to see it once in a blue moon, one match, one of those amazing things. What
about Trent? What about Trent? Because you know
he's coming back. He's coming back. I'm giving you breaking news. He's coming back. He's coming back.
But do you know sometimes like a player, an attacking winger, is able to do his job because he's got a fullback that understands his game, and they've had that chemistry for so long. Like it really did surprise me how Liverpool fans even turned on Mo Salah. Like, you know, I'm not turning on Fernandes.
No.
All I'm simply saying is that I feel like you've got to play the best team, and I feel like yesterday, and a few games that I've been to and I've seen, like, you know, Bruno's been like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not, when you're standing there watching it, like, you know, it don't look good, man. Honestly, it just don't.
Yeah,
look,
okay.
There's so many other options available, like, you know. So I don't know,
brother. Obviously, you know, I'm from Nottingham, as you know. I went to the Forest Liverpool game, yeah, bro. You know, as you get older, yeah, you know, those 2 things below your leg, yeah, they get fucking weaker, yeah. They're called balls, yeah, bro. I swear to God, bro, yeah, it was like -5 in Nottingham that day, yeah. on Sunday, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't even handle me, sitting here on the pitch. It'll be all over. As you get older, it's getting stronger, it's getting harder. But Mo Salah, in my opinion, he this is his last season at Liverpool, through my sources. He's done it, phoned the flag. He did what he had to do. Thank you very much, Mo. We have to move on. But you know what I mean. Man United, they've reversed what they were going through the pain, and I'm scared. I just want them to fall. But every bloody weekend they're coming back. Why? And then I'm thinking, well, then again, they're playing 38 games. They're not into any cups. Maybe that's helped them. But you know what? That has helped them because the players understand each other more because they're training 5 days a week instead of 3 days a week because they've got no game on a Wednesday or a Sunday.
It's not helped. It's not helped us, boy. Because I'll tell you, these European nights during the week, it's been painful. It's been really painful, and the fact that we're out of all the cups,
financially,
honestly, it's been
crippling.
Well, Man United, it's Man United, man. And, God knows. You have to bear. A lot of people talk about the Glazers and stuff, and they think, oh yeah, Man United is losing money. Why is he borrowing money? Let's do most people at the top, it's a tax write-off. That's why rich people don't sit there with big balances. They sit there in debt. They like to be in debt that way. They don't have to pay tax on the money. If they're not turning over enough money, so a lot of fans get really excited with that. We're the club's in so much debt. The club's going to be fine.
Radcliffe is a gentleman who's I salute as a businessman. What he's achieved, amazing. But his morals are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. The statement what he made last week, and secondly, women, females, not males, females, who they have to pay for their food in the canteen at Man United Football Club, and they've been working there 20, 30 years. You piece of shit! I don't care who you are. Go on, bro. Answer me. You usually fight me.
No. When I heard that the club was apparently going through all these financial sort of problems, sacking the kitchen staff, sacking a whole load of people, and then you think, Jesus, are we in trouble? And then we go and spend 80-something million on Sesko. It's that is, but they probably know why they're doing that. They're never going to tell us why they're.
He's done a Conor Benn, bro. Basically he's done a Conor Benn. He's gone off shit. He's gone off ship. I've got a friend of mine. I've got a friend.
What's happened to you? You changed.
It's gone really quiet now. What's happened?
You changed. Something's happened to your mic or something, bud. Mine? And mine as well. What the hell you done to us?
What about mine? Is mine all right?
Yours is fucking fine now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But basically,
you not hear that?
Yeah.
So basically, what they've done, and then okay, where's your loyalty? Yeah, bro, you give it the big one. Man United and all you supporters back for the 90s. How the hell can you charge double and triple? How can you charge a man who gave his soul for 25 years to Man United Football Club, Ryan Giggs, Scholes, season tickets, money?
No. You see, if you dig deep with this, and this is from the horse's mouth, Gary Neville talking on the Overlap podcast. It was very normal for players and ex-players; they would get an allocated amount. It's normal. It's across the board. It's standard. You would get one, and if you wanted more, anyone. So say if every team gets two, the team used to get one ticket, and this is even under Alex Ferguson from Gary Neville's
I agree.
Every first team player used to get 1 or 2 tickets. I think Roy Keane used to get 3 or 4 because he was obviously the man back then,
the captain.
Yeah, but so it is quite normal. A lot of these things are. I'm not here end of the day, I support Man United. I love the club. I have a passion for it, but I'm not one of these disillusioned fans where I think, oh yeah, this is our club and all the rest of it. The club belongs to the millionaires, the billionaires. We're there for the show, and I feel like some people get too caught up in it. This is our club and we want our club back. It's not your club. You're working all year to pay for your season ticket, and they are earning millions and billions of pounds. There's that element where people get a little bit excited. It's like Manchester fans. They're full of it. I think Manchester's a population of less than 2 million or something like that. There's God knows how many clubs, but you speak to people from Manchester and it's like, No, you're not a proper Man United fan. You got to be from Manchester. Like, you know, there's a lot of that goes on, like, you know, and some people might say yes or no, they agree with that. But Manchester United is a global phenomenon club. It's a global brand across the world. There's more fans in London, Man United fans in London, than there is in Manchester. Like, you know, and the club wouldn't be the same without that fan base and fan support. Like, you know, so people coming from.
So why is Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt are giving up their season ticket for next season? Why?
I don't think they will.
Paul
No way.
Scholes is
No way.
Paul Scholes. You know, they're having the debate. Scholesy versus my brethren, Stevie G, who's the greatest, blah blah blah, whatever. But there's certain things what your owner has done, and I despise him. And he's basically done Conor Benn. I didn't give a fuck. I need the money, and that's it. I need the money.
I don't think. No. I don't think. Tim Jam. Do you know how much Sir Jim Radcliffe is actually worth? I think he's worth something like, is it 50 billion or something?
No,
like
it's not. He's not worth. I tell you, he's worth 3.5 billion.
I'm pretty sure it's more than that. He's worth.
No.
Fact check it.
You do what you
fact check it. But anyway, he's worth billions. Like, you know, a billion.
Yes, that's why he's in Monaco.
He's never. He's worth billions.
Why?
He's not
Why
paying
doesn't he pay
tax.
tax?
He's not short a few bob. Like, they're doing things for a reason. Like, you know, they're doing these things for a reason. I don't know why. Like, you know, there's a lot was made out about the fact the players only getting one ticket, and Gary Neville came out and cleared it straight away, and he said, right, that's the standard. Like, you know, that's just standard. Even under Alex, that was it. And if you wanted more, you could get.
You got to pay for it.
You could pay for them. That was the standard. Like, you know, so the club were taking a big hammering from that. But, you know, like I said, like, you know, I'm a reasonable person.
I have to get going. We need to do this.
No, we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up.
All three of us, we need to do this again, and because I think we have a good connection and understanding with respect. I'm enjoying this podcast.
You got a good connection.
We need to do this in the next 5 days, 7 days again, in my opinion. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, nice to meet you, Sebastian. It was a really enjoyable conversation with you and Brudd. It always is. Thank you, Brudd, for inviting us on. And
thank you, Brudd. Yeah.
Let all the people let us know what you think about the Conor Benn thing, because we're going to be debating it again and again.
Yes.
We're going to go in again, people.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, so you tell us, Brudd, when to come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some research on more regarding your mate Conor Benn, yeah, and then I'm going to bring it to the table, and then we'll talk about it on the next podcast.
He's done nothing wrong, man. You're being old romantics, mate. He's done nothing wrong.
We'll leave it there, fellas. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank
DJ
you.
Nickynu, Crypto. What's your tag on TikTok again? Sorry.
DJ Nickynu.
DJ Nickynu, I know, and Crypto. What's your
that's mine on TikTok. I'm on lives every day, 9 every day. I have a big audience as well.